What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So you clearly see the title of the broadcast here. Listen, look, man, we're going down to Florida here. And in Florida, they're testing out a manless police cruiser situation. Now, this new age technology is integrating itself. Well, we're integrating the technology, but the thing of this is it's a few questions that need to be asked and also answered. But we're going to go here now. We're going to check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Police will be out in force tonight as people celebrate the new year, but one day there might not be an officer behind the wheel of a cruiser. One department in Florida is already testing out the new self-driving technology, part of a first-in-the-nation pilot program. Chris Van Cleef has more.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
This could be the police car of the future showing up behind you one day. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office is testing the nation's first self-driving patrol car.
You'd need 20 deputies to do everything this vehicle is doing.
Sheriff Rosie Cordero Stutz says that's because in a year it can log about the same number of uninterrupted patrol hours as all those deputies combined.
Does this replace a deputy on the street?
This does not replace a deputy. This augments our ability to serve our community.
So it's not quite RoboCop.
No, absolutely not. This is really what I believe the integration of technology into law enforcement, what we will see as the future of law enforcement across this country.
It made a dramatic entrance at its unveiling this fall. They call it PUG, short for Police Unmanned Ground. It comes equipped with all the technology needed to operate as a self-driving car, as well as thermal imaging, 360-degree cameras, and its own drone that can act as an eye in the sky, all sent back live to a police command center.
So apparently this police cruiser is going to come with its own drone. Hold on here. Let's see where we're at. So obviously there's still some type of connection to the police cruiser that, with a cord, something like that. I'm thinking that, if they keep going with this situation, they're eventually going to create a situation to where the drone can, detach and reattach, maybe even at high speeds, because allowing, yeah, it is what it is here. This is wild, but at the same time, though, too, this is where we're going here, people. This is where we're going.
To a police command center. Soon, it'll be equipped with license plate readers and a way for the public to contact live deputies. PUG was built and donated by the nonprofit Policing Lab.
This is a self-driving police car.
It is. Right now, the vehicle's operating itself.
It took us and Policing Lab managing partner Sean Malinowski for a drive.
The promise of this technology is that you can use an autonomous vehicle now to give you presence in the community. So we know police presence deters crime.
So is this like, hey Siri, go police?
No, I think we're going to want to have a little more control on it than that.
For now, the cruiser, that while free to the sheriff's office would cost upwards of $200,000, will have a deputy on board acting as a safety driver.
Jesus.
It's intended to operate on a pre-programmed patrol route and will eventually operate unmanned.
First thing that went through my mind is, how does a self-driving police car pull me over? Like if I'm speeding, what happens?
Well, it's not going to pull you over. We still need actual live deputies for that to happen. But what it will do is document the entire process. People recognize that this is a patrol vehicle. When you see a patrol vehicle in your rearview mirror, you slow down.
And make the sheriff's presence known around town with or without a deputy behind the wheel. For CBS Mornings, I'm Chris Van Cleef in Miami.
All right, thoughts?
I mean, so I like this in some respects because I know I always pump the brakes when I see a police car.
Sure.
So that could be good. But my dad was a police officer and I'm thinking exactly what he's probably thinking watching this. The liability if something goes wrong.
Right, because they're not supposed to, Waymos are not supposed to break the law, right?
Right.
So if they've
But also
gotta go,
the jobs that this could be replacing possibly, the police departments could be hiring more officers.
they should.
Yeah.
I mean, pump those resources into hiring more cops.
Yeah.
Listen, look, hey, I'm definitely in agreements with that. because humans need all the jobs that they can on this planet. And I get it. New age, this new technology and all this stuff like that is creating a way to, in some cases, replace humans in some of these jobs, in careers and things like that. But yeah, man, it is pros and cons with this situation. What if the technology gets hacked or be used in other things or other ways at the same time though too? How will, like she said, of course, it won't be able to pull anybody over, but it would document things. It has infrared, a lot of things on this police cruiser here. Basically a mini war machine that can cruise around neighborhoods and streets and stuff like that and document a lot of things that's going on and give live feedback, to the basically to the police station. So this is where we at here, people. Man, wow. So unmanned police cruisers. So what's next? Unmanned fire trucks? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see what's going on here. This is wild. So let's keep going. There's always more. Let's check this out.
In Miami, police say this is the future of law enforcement.
This vehicle is going to give us touch points with the community that we have never had before.
If you look past the flashing lights and logos, it's clear this is no ordinary police cruiser. This prototype SUV was designed to launch a drone, read license plates, and send live infrared video back to HQ, all without needing a police officer behind the wheel. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says this is the nation's first autonomous police vehicle. The South Florida Department is rolling out the experimental vehicle thanks to funding from the policing lab.
What we're ultimately trying to do is to give the sworn officers the capability to make the best decision out there.
For now, Miami-Dade will essentially take the vehicle on a PR junket, seeking community input before it regularly patrols neighborhoods. If and when that day arrives, designers say this vehicle will offer a lot.
They don't need to be focused on driving and looking for animals, children, pedestrians running out into the road. The vehicle's going to watch those vulnerable road users and let the officer look for crime.
The easy-to-operate tethered drone gives police a bird's-eye up-close view, even in the shadows. The car can also patrol targeted areas, deterring bad actors without Sheriff Rosie Cordero-Stutz needing to send actual deputies.
I would probably say that this vehicle will allow 5 to 10 deputies to go about other business that they might otherwise not be able to do.
The policing lab says the car can also help streamline arrests,
Fingerprint, 10 digits,
and relay real-time data.
Bus collision, an active shooter.
Wow. So they actually are able to fingerprint you on the spot when they arrest you, give you information, license, things like that. Man, okay. All right. This is where we at here, people.
Position this vehicle, and this information can be fed directly back to a command center for decision making.
The autonomous vehicle industry has faced questions about safety for years. Designers say this new law enforcement model would not engage in a high-speed chase without a deputy driving.
Okay.
This will never go lights and siren, exempt from the rules of the road autonomously.
Technology like 360-degree camera.
I mean, we would like to think that. We would like to think that. But just like we as humans, we create machines. We create our own versions of what's going on here in cars and stuff like that. We all know that anything that we create eventually is going to need proper maintenance. Eventually is going to, pretty much, come to a useless situation. For the longest we've made cars now, definitely since the late 1800s, early 20th century. And, certain cars, we don't even drive no more. We don't have Model T's, stuff like that. That's outdated. We don't have, the new age cars and things. They still break down. These vehicles still break down. So it is a concern that this vehicle may malfunction or something like that at some point.
Cameras also raises privacy concerns. Civil society groups like the ACLU have long been suspicious of police using surveillance tech such as drones. Miami-Dade Sheriff says her department is using technology that's everywhere.
We're all on camera camera all the time, everywhere we go. I think that what we're doing is embracing what's already part of our lives and using it in a way that helps to improve our community.
And we may not even be able to imagine some future triumphs and pitfalls on an uncharted road.
The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says during the pilot program, this vehicle will be assigned to its Community Affairs Bureau. But the sheriff tells me if there's a crisis, they'll put this vehicle to work. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News, Miami.
So, and like the sheriff lady just said, we're just using technology that's already in place. We're all on camera every day anyway. And that is the gateway for law enforcement to, watch our every move. We've slowly but surely given up a lot of privacy in society for safety. And it is a huge issue, a real problem that we do have to deal with. But at the same time, though, too, I kind of get it because, what I'm saying, we do need, it's kind of cowboyish nowadays, but at the same time, though, too, it's always been that way. But the thing of it is that we have the technology to see everybody doing stupid shit nowadays. And it's more egregious than when we didn't have the technology to see everything all day on our phones and stuff like that. And we wasn't privy to everything that was going on. But this is where we at. Let's keep going here. I got one more for you guys. It's crazy out here.
An exciting launch today for the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office. The nation's first autonomous police patrol car was unveiled.
Local 10's Rob Fournet has more from Miami with a closer look on how it will be used along with all the bells and whistles.
The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office is really on the cutting edge of technology with this one. This marked unit has the ability to patrol, search for, and identify threats without a deputy even being inside. Meet Pug, a police patrol car powered by AI.
I think it's a game changer.
The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office unveiled the new state-of-the-art vehicle that has the capability of being fully autonomous.
For us, it's a way that we can touch our community in a way that we really have never done before. And we are setting the standard what will be the future law enforcement for this country.
There is no other police vehicle on the road in the U.S. that's like PUG, which is an acronym for Police Unmanned Ground. The high-tech patrol partner was donated by the company Policing Lab and is equipped with 360-degree cameras, license plate readers, audio sensors, thermal imaging, and more.
It has the capability to identify folks that are in a restricted area, that are hiding in shrubbery, or an overwatch position, someone on a rooftop.
If we have an active situation, an active shooting, or a critical response, I'm able to send this vehicle in, and it will deploy a drone that will give us aerial footage real time for our deputies that are responding.
PUG can drive pre-planned routes on its own, and the sheriff says it will be a critical crime-fighting tool and a bridge to boosting confidence in the community.
For the first few months or a year or so, we're going to have a deputy in that vehicle before it goes fully autonomous. And one of the reasons is we want to hear from our community what they like about it, what their concerns are.
The law enforcement community is certainly very excited about this new technology, but the best news of all, no extra tax dollars are being used because this technology is being donated by that company. In the meantime, it is safe to say that other departments across the country will be watching how this rollout happens, just in case they want this technology in their own community.
Right. So, it is what it is here, man. So we have, unmanned police cruisers that are capable of cruising our streets in America. And this is where we at here, people. My thing of this is also another quick question. How will this vehicle be refueled? Is it a vehicle that's, ran off battery power? And even so, we know how these cars that, are electric cars and stuff like that, they still need to be recharged and all this type of stuff. Or even if the engine is running off actual gas and things like that, how would that happen? Will it pull up to a gas station and a certain person come, or a certain particular gas station maybe, or and they come out and refuel it? Or will the police station, actually have a refueling station built into that area to where these autonomous cars can come in and refuel. That's a real question there. Man, wow. So this is where we at. These new age police cruisers are able to, travel alone eventually here, surveil the whole area with no problem. What dude said, even if you hiding in a bush, they still gonna be able to see you. Man, this is where it's at here. I get it for fighting crime and stuff like that. I understand. But also too, like it was said in the videos here on the broadcast, the giving up of certain privacies is also kind of intertwined with the safety. And yeah, but it is what it is though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.